And as the pandemic continues, Governor Kathy Hochul is set to make an announcement on Wednesday on the future of New York's mask mandate. Meantime, there's a growing local call to unmask children in schools here and across the state, as New Jersey and Delaware both just announced an end date to their universal school mask mandates. Here in Western New York, superintendents in Erie, Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties have been calling on the governor to provide an off-ramp and provide a timeline for ending masking in schools. Governor Hochul has already said in order to nix masks in schools, she wants to see vaccination rates improve among school-age children. A quick look at the numbers show that 76% of 12 to 17-year-olds have received at least their first dose of the vaccine, and the governor is encouraging parents to have their children get that second dose and booster. If you look at the mask policies at some of our neighboring states, Pennsylvania is already letting individual school districts enforce their own policies. And as we just mentioned, governors in both Delaware and New Jersey have just announced plans to roll back their school mask mandates next month. And tonight, as local school districts push for an end to masks, 7 News senior reporter Eileen Buckley says school superintendents are asking power be restored to districts to make those decisions.
After 23 months of a pandemic, I think that people are looking forward to returning the school experience to normal. Choice about masks.
Hamburg School Superintendent Michael Cornell is president of the Erie Niagara School Superintendents Association. The association issued this letter last week, signed by 38 school district leaders, asking Governor Kathy Hochul for a timeline on ending masking in schools when the state mandate expires February 21st.
We have very, very little spread of COVID. In fact, in those environments, even when a child's been exposed to somebody who's infected with COVID, it almost never results in an infection.
School leaders say they want Governor Hochul to provide an off-ramp so students, families, and staffers can prepare for when schools have the right to decide about mask use in schools. But the governor said unless more school-age children are vaccinated, masks won't be removed. Hochul says she wants the vaccination rate among 5 to 11-year-olds much higher than the current 34%.
And the one thing I'm asking all parents to do, and the pediatricians who advise them, let's get more children vaccinated so they have that suit of armor they need to be protected.
If we had very high vaccination rates in our students, then we'll be able to get rid of those masks much sooner.
Infectious disease specialist at UB's Jacobs School of Medicine, Dr. Thomas Russo, says he agrees with the governor. Dr. Russo says we are not quite ready to remove masks from school children, given the number of COVID cases.
This high community burden of disease at this point, I think we want to carry on with mask use until we get those case numbers down to a much lower level.
What would a benchmark or matrix be for this?
I think it's some combination of a low community burden of disease as defined by the CDC, combined with hospitalization numbers being at a very manageable level as well.
Superintendent Cornell says demanding higher vaccination rates among school children could backfire.
I think it's a tricky metric because people may feel that tying it too closely to vaccination rate is coercive.
Cornell tells me he does not believe trying to reach high vaccination rates among school-age kids in order to remove masks is obtainable. In Hamburg, Eileen Buckley, 7 News.